dark. It's very dark. Oh yes. And the lights up. I think I have to move back over there.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Okay, so let me hold on. Let me start my timer. Before we start, though, I do have a question. Do you know, or did they tell you anything about if we have to go the full hour and 30 minutes?
Uh, it was my understanding that we don't have to. I think as long as you were completing all of the competencies within the assignment, I don't think it has to go that long.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, okay, we'll just aim for an hour for now.
Okay.
How that goes.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you off the bat, I'm a little nervous.
No, it's okay. It's all good. Do you want to chat for a couple minutes first to kind of like ease your nerves and ease into it?
Um, I think I can. I just want to get this over done with.
Yeah. Because it's okay. It's all good, girl.
Alrighty. Um, well, before we start, can you tell me a little about yourself? Like, are you a social worker?
So I run an organization called Willow Bend Farms that helps human trafficking survivors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So we've got a long term residential home, and we've got a vocational program, and we do rescues, and we're about to open an emergency response center. So a lot of different things, we've had several interns from Southern that have been part of our organization, which has been phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah. So where are you from?
I'm originally from Florida. I
Okay.
came here for school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
All right, let's start.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Dominique, and I'm glad that you were able to come here today for our session. What is your name?
My name is Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. So, Sarah, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking over why you're here today, and then we're going to go over some information on how we can help you in your situation, as well as to, have a clarification.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
So, first off, we're going to start with I'm going to explain the confidentiality. Whatever we say in this place stays in this place. Okay? I'm not going to go and share any information that you've shared with me to anyone else, unless it is about harming yourself or harming others. Now, this does not include any talk about suicide or deaths, because it's actually normal to feel that way, and I want you to be able to talk with me if you have those type of thoughts, and not have to worry about me going on to someone else and speaking about it. Okay.
So if you were going to talk to somebody, like who would you talk to?
About the suicide I'm not suicide, I'm sorry, about you harming someone else or yourself,
Yeah, who would you talk to?
I would be talking to the resources that are like the suicide help guides.
Hmm.
They are the people who basically, okay, so basically, if you are trying to harm yourself or harm someone else, I will be going to my supervisor and also to the help exchange in order to reach out to you, because as we are on Zoom, I'm not able to, get to you and, help you calm down and speak you down. So I will have to reach out to someone else who can reach you. Okay?
Okay, so if I'm getting upset at somebody and I feel like I'm just gonna like kick their tail, like you're gonna have to tell somebody.
Yes. As
Okay,
if you are planning to do something. Yes.
okay, all right.
Okay. So tell me a little about the situation that you're here for.
Um, yeah, so I don't even know what it is that you can help me with.
Okay.
I don't even.
Alrighty. Well, let's start with how did you end up coming to me?
Well, they told me that I needed to talk to you. So,
Okay.
uh, so I'm here.
Okay. And who is they?
The people that run the shelter.
The shelter. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Can you embellish on that?
Well, they said if I was going to keep staying here, that I had to that I had to talk to somebody. So, um, and I need somewhere to stay. So,
Okay. Alright. And did they give you any specifics on what to talk with me about?
no, they just they said that I can't just come down here and just stay, which I don't want to come down here and just stay, but I don't know what else to do. So so they said that we had to kind of get like a plan in place, and I don't even know what that looks like.
Okay. And so you're saying you're staying at the shelter.
Mhm.
So what led you to staying at the shelter?
Well, my husband kicked me out.
Okay.
And
Um,
I didn't have anywhere to go.
that's tough. Okay. Alrighty. And what was the reason why?
Um, well, he kind of got sick and tired. We got in a huge fight. And,
Hmm.
you know, there's been a lot that's going on, this whole year. I mean, gosh, so much that's happened this year, and he just said, I'm done. You're going back to your old ways, and I don't want to have anything to do with this. So you're gonna have to get out. I don't care where you go. You're just gonna have to leave because I'm not putting up with it.
Hmm. Okay. Tell me a little about your old ways. What did he mean by that?
Well, I started shooting up again.
Okay. And is there any reason why?
Well, I mean, I don't, I guess there's a lot of reasons why, like I said, COVID's been a rough year, and I've been doing good for a really long time, and I'm just really upset that he just gave up on me so quick. It's not like I've been doing this for long this time. Um, he's seen me, come out of it and be okay. But he just said he wasn't dealing with it this time.
Hmm. Okay. Um. So, is this your first time falling back on old ways, or have you guys worked and what? Why is he not willing to deal with it anymore? Did he mention any reason?
Well, it's been 10 years. I've been clean, I've been straight, I've been
Hmm.
doing what I'm supposed to do. But heck, you fall on hard times, and I was trying to come out of it on my own. Um, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. And were you receiving any outside help, or was it completely on your own?
No, I had been going to meetings and stuff,
Mhm.
and had a sponsor, and that kind of helped. But with all the changes this year, there was just like I couldn't even get there. I couldn't get to the meetings. I couldn't, there was just so much I couldn't do, and so you know, started hanging out with some old friends, and well, there we went.
Mhm. Okay. Good. Um, did you have any other outside um assistance or support besides your husband and their meetings that you've been going to?
No, I mean, I worked a lot, so I was really kind of busy. So, I didn't really have that much time to go out and party.
Okay. All right. All right. And so you mentioned that you were going to meetings, but stuff started to happen, such as COVID-19, and you weren't able to make it there. But did you try to do any other supportive means?
No, I didn't. I mean, that's what I was used to, and you know, what had worked. So, well, like I said, I couldn't get anywhere. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go back to what you originally said. You said that the shelter told you that you needed to come see with me because you need to make a plan. So the question is, what led them to sending you to me?
they just said that I couldn't stay here and eat up their resources. That if I wasn't going to have a plan, that I couldn't stay anymore. You know, I don't want to go back out on the streets. You know, but that's what I got to do. Then that's what I got to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your family. You were saying how you've been clean for 10 years and now you've slipped up. Tell me, like, within your family, like how did your how did this history come about?
What do you mean?
How did you end up using in the first place?
Well, um, I grew up uh, with drugs and alcohol in my house. It was normal. It was just a normal part of everyday life, and it was like I started, taking bumps when I was probably 12 years old. So I don't have much of a family. There's nobody there. Nobody that cares.
Okay. Alrighty. You've been taking, so you started your drug journey at 12 years old.
Well, it's the first time I took some bumps, smoked some weed before then. I don't know how old I was, but it was always around for as long as I can remember.
Okay. And so you said you smoked some blunts. Was it often? Like, how often would you say you used to do that?
When I was a kid,
Yes,
oh, every day.
every day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned that you're doing some. You have fall back again.
Mhm.
Is it the same drug or is it something else?
When I started shooting up again, but I did that in the past too. you know, Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Alrighty. And so tell me about your journey of stopping.
Of
The
stopping,
first time you stopped. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
well, I found myself in working in a club.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I moved, from where I originally grew up because I wanted to get the heck out of here. And so I came here and I was working at a club, and my husband came in, and he was the first one who had ever treated me with any kindness, and he knew who I was, knew what I did. Um, but he didn't see me that way. He didn't see me like everybody else had always seen me. And so um, I wanted to do something different. And I started working on getting clean, straightening my life up.
Okay. So your husband is the reason why you decided to become clean,
Yep,
straighten up your life.
yep. Now he's filed for divorce, so what the hell do I have?
Okay. You mentioned that he knew what you were going through, and um, and he was still there for you. And he still treated you with kindness. So my question is, do you know what happened for him to be filing a divorce now?
Yeah, I lost my job. Lost
You lost
everything, and couldn't find anything. And just got really discouraged. Was doing what I thought was all the right things, and then I just, I slipped up one time. And then he found out that I was hanging out with whoever, and he said I was going through that life that he was going through. So,
I'm so sorry. Everything you say is very important, and I didn't hear the last bit. Could you repeat that, please, for me?
I lost my job,
Mhm.
uh, and he just, I slipped up one time, and he said, I don't want that in our life again, and I didn't know what else to do, and I was like, well, it's just one time, but he said there wasn't going to be any more of it, and I didn't know what else to do.
Hmm. Okay. That's gotta be tough, though. So you said you lost your job.
Mhm.
Can you tell me a little bit about where you were working? Tell me a little
Yeah,
bit about your job.
Yes, I was working at one of the carpet mills and got laid off. Now I've been there for about 20 something years. But got let go. Lack of work.
Were you giving any reasons on why you guys were let go?
It was lack of work. I mean, there was a whole bunch of us got laid off. I wasn't the only one. A whole bunch of us, and they thought we'd be able to come back, but with COVID, it's not happening. So
Hmm.
we're just out. You know,
Right.
lost it all, lost my insurance, lost everything.
Wow, okay. Okay. And have you been searching for anything for your next? What is your next step? What do you feel is your next step?
I don't have a next step. I don't have a next step. There's no plan.
Okay. You laugh.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Alrighty. Um. So. Um. Do you have any spirituality that or spiritual support that can help? Have you reached out to any?
no, because he's been going around running his mouth to everybody that we used to go to church and stuff, but he's been running his mouth, and I can't trust those people. I thought they were there for me, but they weren't. They're just taking his side.
Okay, so your husband, your spouse, that's asking for divorce. You're saying that he was running his mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't trust those people,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what caused you to have mistrust towards them?
Because they just took what he said as as the Bible, if you want to call it that. You know, they just he told them that I'd messed up, and that I'd done all this other stuff. Some of it I've done, some of it I haven't. They don't care. They just believe what he said, and they're backing him 100% on us getting a divorce. Doesn't matter where I'm at. I called one of them for some help for a place to stay, keep me off the street, but that didn't work. They said I couldn't come there, so they basically just put me back out on the street.
Mhm. So tell me what you would like to do. You say you have no plan, but do you have a vision on what you would like to go from here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be back out on the streets anymore. I mean, it's it's rough out here, you know. Um, I've been out here. I've had to do things I didn't want to do, you know. Um, get in cars I didn't want to get in, and I don't want to do that anymore. But I don't see any other way right now.
Okay.
I lost my ID. Somebody stole all my ID. I don't have that, so it makes it hard to get a job. You know,
Mm. Okay. Alrighty, so what I want to do is call it, it's called a eco map,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want us to go over it just to, discover and, have a visual of your, what energy, how much energy you're putting in each resources, just so we can, help to find your strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on. There you go. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share so you can see what I'm looking at. Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, I see you, and then I see just a screen that says that you started screen sharing. Oh, there it is. I see it now.
Okay, so this is an eco map, and basically it has you as an individual. This is you, and all these different little circles on the outside. That is what is either what energy that you're sending out or what energy is coming to you. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to first start on with your work. Actually, we're going to start on with what do you feel for yourself? What do you feel is draining you? What's draining your energy at this moment?
Well, I'm always on guard, like you can't be out here on the streets and not be looking around, having your own back, you know. So, yeah.
Okay, so the streets, that's drawing energy from you.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
I'm having to move around. I'll never know where I'm going to sleep at night. Started setting up a camp a couple of days ago, and they came in and ran us off. So that's why I ended up over here, and they tell me I can't stick around. So yeah.
Okay, and anything else?
Well,
Okay, so what do you feel has brought you energy? What has
well,
uplifted you?
I don't even know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay, so what is the last time you smiled?
The drugs, maybe.
With the drugs?
Yeah.
Okay,
They help me stay up.
you say that gives to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's what I can think of right now.
Nothing you can think of right now?
My dog,
What about,
my dog helps me.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
My dog,
Your bed?
my dog.
Oh, your dog. Okay. You have a dog. Tell me a little bit about your dog.
Her name is Sage.
Okay.
She's a good one. She knows what I need.
Okay. And did you take Sage with you when you
I did.
okay. Okay. Um and the shelter allowed Sage to be able to stay as
Well,
well?
no, not really.
Okay. Um alrighty. So what does Sage do to bring you joy?
Well, she stays close. You know, she doesn't leave me.
Okay.
She'll snuggle up on me. She knows what I need, and then she's funny, so she likes to play.
Okay. And is there anything else that brings you joy and happiness?
Right now,
It could be now, it could be before as well.
I don't know.
We don't know.
You know, sometimes when we're out walking and it's a pretty day.
You like the scenery, the walking.
Hmm. Yeah. Sometimes I get to sleep over by a lake, and that's pretty cool.
Like beautiful views. Okay. But look at that. Look at this. So you have a lot more things that bring you joy than actually things that are taking your joy, that is taking your energy out. You see that? So you have some strengths to focus on.
Even the drugs.
Well, I'm just using what you said.
Okay.
I see if you notice, I did say it does take energy away from you as well because the reason why you are homeless is because your husband kicked you out because of the drugs. So it brings you joy and happiness, but it also caused you to have or lose some happiness. Okay?
Hmm.
Alrighty. So besides that portion, what do you think about these strengths right here? Especially this one. Seems like this one is your biggest strength.
Well, she keeps me going, like she gives me something to do. She's got to eat. Got to take care of her.
So, what are you going to, or what do you plan to do, or what do you want to do in order to make a difference for your dog?
Well, I want to have a place to stay. Well, well,
Okay.
well, I don't
And so,
have anything.
okay, and have you started looking?
Yeah, but I don't have any ID.
You don't have any idea.
I got stolen. Well, I don't have it anymore.
Alrighty. So Miss Sharon, have you tried? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some homework. Okay.
Mhm.
What you need to do before we meet again.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want you to go to the HUD.gov. Okay. And they have different housing opportunities. I can share the screen for you so you can see what I'm looking at. So these are the few places in Tennessee that are continuum of care programs, also grants slash homes. So this is what options they have here in Chattanooga, Knoxville, Memphis, Tennessee overall, places you can find some type of shelter. They also have, hold on, stop sharing, hold on. There is also options for, because number one, if you received a housing situation, are you looking more towards, or what are you looking more towards? When you say permanent, what does that mean?
I don't even know. Like, I don't have any ID. So, I mean, I went over there. I talked to their office and they said, we don't, we can't just give you a place, So, and I don't have anything, my husband won't give me anything. I don't have any ID. So, I don't even know where to start to get it, to even be able to get some housing.
Right. Okay. So for a new ID here in Tennessee, you can obtain that by going to the you can go to Lost License or ID department and you can apply. You can say that you've lost it. Someone stole it from you. You could also stop your ID because that's number one you might need to do if it's stolen, especially because we don't want someone to be using your identification to doing things that you wouldn't do. Okay. Also, yeah, just tell them stop it, and receive a new one. Um, you can apply for it at any driver service center for new identification.
So, how am I going to get over there?
How are you going? There are options as the buses are running again. If you need any sort of income for the bus, there is a option. Hold on, let me remind myself. What is it called? I am not seeing it at this moment. Hmm, Carta. It is a. It's called Carta. It's basically where it waivers bus fares. You have to apply for it, of course. But once you receive it, they will be able to give you a pass to ride the bus.
Mhm.
Okay. So you'll be able to go to and from
Well,
that
well,
way.
I can't leave it.
I'm sorry.
I'll take Sage.
Yeah, that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they will allow animals there, but you can ask them, and I'm sure they will make accommodations for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a lot of people are going around with their animals at this time and day and age, and so I don't think it should be too much of a problem. And let's see. Okay, so yes, you can take the Carter bus stop. I mean the bus fare, and you ride the bus to the driver's place in order to receive yourself a new identification. Okay.
If they don't let my dog on the bus, are you gonna come help me?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to help you, but if you reach out to me, I will make sure I will contact them. I will speak with them in order to make some accommodations for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And also, besides that, I do want you to go to some therapy. Okay. So
Mhm.
there is a open path psychotherapy collective. Basically, they have it's reduced rates, so it's not like the typical um, out of pocket services, but they do provide for individuals such as yourself, both with mental health and also if you're talking about substance use. Okay, so I want you to go and talk to them about that.
Pay anything for it?
I'm sorry, your lips were moving, but I didn't hear you.
You don't have to pay anything for it?
You're gonna have to play using work.
No, no. I'm not gonna have to pay anything for it, Emma.
Oh, pay using. Okay, so for this one, yes. I'm sorry, you will have to pay for this one, but they do have reduced pay. Okay, so it's not like the $400 a session type of pay that you will have to do. It's actually a reduction. So I believe the it's from $0 to I believe it was 80,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what your sessions are. Okay, in your situation.
Yeah, okay,
All right.
because I don't have anything.
Okay. But yes, with your situation, they are more than likely willing to help. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to do those two. So I want you to go to therapy and get your ID. Let's start on that first. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So by our next meeting, which will be next in 2 weeks, it will be let's see, we're on the 8th. So our next meeting should be on the 22nd. Okay.
Okay.
On the 22nd of November, we're going to meet again, and I want you to have gone to at least one therapy session, um, which the first sessions are usually free because it's basically a consult determining if you want to stay with them or not. Okay. And then I also want you to be able to get your ID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right. We'll try.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that counts. Alrighty. Well, thank you for your time, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Okay. We're done.
Hey, so you have the feedback form.
Yeah, I've not, I didn't print it off, but yes, I do have it. Um,
Okay.
I can,
I have an electronic form of it if you would like that, though.
yeah, I put it in my email.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I'll fill it out. You know, we're supposed to kind of like talk through some stuff, right?
I'm sorry.
We're supposed to talk through some stuff too, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So, can you give me some verbal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So good job.
Okay.
Okay. I know I was a tough client, but it was very realistic. You know, I can tell you that I have definitely sat down with people in similar situations. And so one thing that I would, um, first of all, I'm going to say like your attitude and everything was extremely positive and very good. You
Okay.
know, your engagement was good. You know, you made sure that you understood what it was that I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you were giving that back to me. You were feeding it back to me what I was saying, which was good. So that meant I I knew that you were listening to me. You know, even if sometimes you didn't agree with what I was saying. So it was, but you didn't let that come through. You know, um, and you did keep putting me at ease and not focus as much on what my situation was, but what it could be. So
Okay.
the eco map was good. What I really liked was that you did stay focused on the positives, you know, and that you were really working to pull those out in a very unique way. You know, using the dog was really good. Um, so one thing that I would suggest is to allow more of the tell me what you think about this, or tell me what you think about that, especially when we go to the plan part, instead of it being you saying I want you to do this or I want that. It's better when it's more of an agreement between the two, instead of you just giving me something to do. So homework is good, but homework being an agreement when you're working with an adult is even better, because they're part of that plan. And so using those phrases like, so, you know, tell me what you think about therapy before you say, I want you to go to therapy, you
Oh,
know, so let's talk about therapy and what that means, you know, and what you're willing to do, you know. Let's talk about the steps that you're willing to take to get
mhm.
ready. So the other thing that you were good at was breaking down those barriers that I was putting up. Like I don't have access to, and you were breaking those down for me.
Mhm.
You do that, you know. So you did that very, very well. Um, so that was good on the clarification. Those were really kind of the main things, you know, just the ID thing, what was a big thing, and it was kind of at the very beginning, you know. So probably kind of digging into, okay, well, what happened to your ID? You know, what is it that you do have? You know, do you have access to anything, your birth certificate or any of those things that can kind of help push that forward. But anyway, you did a really good job. So those are my main feedbacks. Do you have any questions or like feedback on my end?
No, I don't really have like the feedback on your end because you were good. I felt it was like a realistic, very. I didn't even think of it as a like a class project anymore. I actually thought I was actually talking with a client.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very helpful to me on your part. Thank you very much for that. Um, question wise, my main question was like, how, if you were the client, how would my intake or my personality with how I treated this project, this, not this project, but this subject, was it in a positive light?
Yeah.
Or,
Yes, so it wasn't a positive light. There was one phrase that you used, and it was, you know, with someone in your situation. And,
okay.
and that, you know, especially someone that is homeless or being trafficked or something like that, it brings that back to the forefront, you know. And so we try to kind of stay away from that language and really kind of bring it back to who they are as an individual and stay away from the situation.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
That's the only thing that really, like, red flag wise, that
Mhm.
would make, and I've made that exact same, like, misstep in conversation before. And what you will begin to see the more you get into this field is that creates like this wall that starts to come up, because it's like, oh no, okay, she's in a different situation than I am. Is she judging me? It
Mhm.
starts to get questions in their mind. And so we have to just be really cognizant of that, of what language that we use. So it wasn't bad, it was just like, be very mindful of that, and really kind of put yourself in their shoes. So you are talking to them basically just one-on-one as a person, even though you're there to assist. The other thing that I would say is sometimes, and it depends on the person, if you say, I'm here to help or I'm here to assist, it's saying something's wrong with that person. They may take it that way.
Okay.
So, um, so sometimes I will use the verbiage of, all right, well, I'm just here. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna set some goals today, see where you're at, and see what we can do to move you forward. You
Okay.
know, just something just very casual but professional. You know, uh,
Okay.
but yeah, but your demeanor, and everything is great. I love that you were like, so tell me why you're laughing, like, because in this, if you can get an emotion that's really good out of someone, it's fantastic. And so you were pulling that, and you started engaging with that. And then I think you got a little nervous because I was kind of like, but it's okay to dig down on that. It's okay to laugh with your client. You know, it actually helps ease the tension in the room and ease those emotions down to where you're able to actually get somewhere. But yeah, your demeanor is good, girl.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, yeah, you can be my social worker.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I did have one more question, but I don't remember it at this moment. So sorry.
Okay.
But it would. Thank you very much, though. Thank you.
You are very welcome. What year are you in?
This I am in the foundation, my last semester of foundation
Oh,
for first year.
okay, awesome. Well, go for it, girl.
Thank you.
And if you need anything else from me, let me know. So I just need to fill this form out and email it back to you. Is that correct?
Email it to me. Let me check. Professor Baker sent a thing out. Hold on. Sent an email. Nope. Yeah, she doesn't say who to send it to, but you can send it to me and then I'll just turn it in.
Okay. All right. I'll send it to you then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. Have a great day.
You as well. Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.